want to welcome you to this live edition of our program. I haven't stepped outside yet, but I know it's probably hot, probably kind of muggy. I don't think it's raining yet.
No.
It's not raining yet.
It is not raining yet.
That's our new weather girl here. Amber Reed joins us, Miss 2017 Collierville. Amber, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Hey, listen, I know you've been like on a run, go schedule.
I have.
I mean, like this morning, you did finish an exam this morning?
Yes. Well, last night. And so I drove back home from Jackson, and I finished my exams this week. And so now I'm officially considered a senior at Union University.
Congratulations. And what are your endeavors, academically? What are you studying for, and what do you want to do after you finish school?
Yeah, so I am a communication studies major with a minor in marketing. And so after my senior year is up, I would hopefully get a job as a public relations specialist at a nonprofit organization. I am already working with Boys and Girls Club, which is my personal platform as Miss Collierville, Empowering Kids for Life, Boys and Girls Club of America. And so that would be an incredible opportunity if I were to further my relationship with them.
I don't think a lot of folks realize just what a wonderful organization the Boys and Girls Clubs are. I mean, and what they offer and what they provide. Kids that really, might have some missed opportunities if they weren't there.
Right. The mission of Boys and Girls Club of America is to enable all young children, especially those that need us most, to realize their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. And I've really seen firsthand, volunteering with them on a weekly basis, just how impactful that organization is. The travels or the adventure, I guess, for you to be Miss Collierville. Yes.
Kind of runs in your family.
It does. My sister was Miss Memphis 2010, and so I had the opportunity to serve with her as Miss Memphis Princess throughout that year.
And Ashley Sedemeier, is that right?
Sedheimer, yes.
Sedheimer. Okay, make sure I say the name right. And but Ashley is now married, and she was actually on our program in the past soon after she had received the Miss Memphis honors.
Yes.
And so it was great to have her there. And she's probably listening to her little sister.
I'm sure she is, yes.
And so you're the youngest of 6.
I am the youngest of 6. It's crazy. Everyone, my dad is very glad that I'm almost done with college. He has successfully got all 6 children through college. And Ashley was actually the first of the 6 to get her master's degree.
Great. Well, now, are you truly the baby of the family? I mean, everybody, pampered you, did whatever you asked them to do? Or
I am truly the baby of the family. I hate to say it, and my siblings probably would say the same thing if you asked them. Yep.
Well, I told you also before we went on the radio here today that this station, something about this radio station attracts beauty queens because former Miss America, Kelly Cash, actually used to work behind the microphones here. And that was actually before she became Miss America. But I understand that she's living up in the Jackson community and working for a nonprofit. And a shout out to her Aunt Billy, who is a friend of mine, and she's goes to Central Church, which I believe your family has been at for a number of years, I believe. Is that right? Or?
Yes, I have been a member at Central Church since I can remember. My whole family has gone there.
Well, what about that journey for you with Jesus Christ? When did it begin? Not just being a church thing, but it became more of a relationship.
I'll be honest, it really did not become a relationship until I attended college. Right before I started my journey at Union University, I rededicated my life to Christ. When I was 8, I got saved, and I remember to this day I was at El Berton's, a Mexican restaurant, and I asked my mom, or I told her, I said, I want to be saved. And I didn't really know what that looked like at the time. And at Central, they have a course that you can go through before you get baptized. And so I did that. And then, the rest of my life, I grew up in a Christian home, and I always went to church. And so it was something that I just did, and that's all I knew. And I really didn't know what it looked like to have a personal relationship with Christ. And so I rededicated my life right before I went to college. And after that, I truly found that it is such a special relationship to have with the Lord. And he has been so good to me. I've definitely had my ups and downs during college, as every person does, but he has brought so many great relationships that I will have for the rest of my life, and so many incredible opportunities. He's opened up so many doors.
Yeah.
It's been incredible.
Well, Amber, what was that maybe turning point for you? I think there's probably others maybe listening that have, grown up in the church thing with their parents and family, and yet there's been something kind of missing. I mean, what kind of came to you, or you realized that there's something got to be more to church, to Jesus? I mean, what was it for you?
I think for me, I realized that I was putting a lot of my time and effort into the things of this world, and I felt so empty, and I felt depressed, and I had anxiety, and all of those things that I feel like most people struggle with, but we don't talk about it. And I knew that Jesus Christ was the only thing that would help me get to a place where I could have joy endlessly, and have hope for my future with him in heaven. And so that was something that it just clicked in my mind, and I knew that I had to stop putting all of my self-worth into the things of this world. And after that, I mean, I still struggle with it. I'm human. I have so many flaws, but every day it's, taking that next step and making sure that my focus is on the Lord and making sure that I'm living for him and not the things and the people in this world. Yeah,
what a great word. Well, was Miss Collierville your first competition? Did you have other things to do before you got to Miss Collierville?
It was my first competition as a Miss. Now, there are 3 levels. There's the Princess, the Teen, and the Miss. And so this is the oldest category in the Miss America organization. And so that is the first level, Miss Collierville. And then in June, I will compete at Miss Tennessee. And then whoever wins Miss Tennessee will go on to compete at Miss America.
So, I mean, would that be a dream for you?
That would be an incredible dream. I mean, that's something that as a pageant contestant, you dream of. I mean, it's something that every girl in this system wants and hopes to have that opportunity to serve as Miss America. That would be incredible.
And for you, Amber, what would that mean? I mean, obviously the excitement, the thrill of knowing that you had come that far, you'd worked so hard, but right. I just want folks to realize, what goes into the competition. I don't think a lot of us don't realize it's not just looking pretty. I mean, there's a whole lot more to that. And you have to work pretty hard, but there's some amazing benefits from this organization.
There are. Most people don't know that there are 4 points to the Crown: service, style, scholarship, and success. And so for me, the scholarship and the service aspect of that has really impacted my life. When I was applying to universities, my father told me, you're not going to be able to go right now. You're going to need to take a gap year, work, and save up. We don't have the money. And throughout my involvement with the organization, Miss America Scholarship Organization, I was fortunate enough to receive the Leadership Scholarship at Union and further my education. And it's actually the largest scholarship funding organization for women in the nation. Most people don't know that. And so we are intelligent and resilient and confident women in this organization. And so throughout my reign, I would hope to break those stereotypes that people have about pageant girls. For me, I almost don't even say that. I mean, people can see on social media, of course, that I am Miss Collierville, but I like to let them get to know me first and see that you're not a typical pageant girl. We are easy to talk to and down to earth, and we're not always dressed up. Trust me, 90% of the time, I'm probably in a t-shirt and shorts running around campus doing things, But it also is your daily life. You have to work at it every day. It involves staying healthy and active and working out and making sure that you are setting an example that you can follow through with the rest of your year, because you don't want to set something up that you're not going to be able to do the rest of the year. And so that is something that I would hope to do the rest of my reign as Miss Collierville.
There's something else that you're very passionate about, Amber, and that is leadership. And I think now that you've kind of gotten into this understanding, I guess, better understanding of what a relationship with Christ is. Christ led by example. One of the greatest leaders that ever walked the face of the earth was Jesus Christ, because he showed servant leadership, which is one of the greatest style of leadership, because it truly motivates people and it keeps leaders in check too, And so talk about, as you see leadership and the need for good leaders. I mean, I think we're in a deficit today of good leadership, in our country. And we need, strong leaders who will make, hard choices and make decisions that can help make this country a better place to be.
Yeah. So when I began in this organization, I truly did not realize the impact that one person could have on their community. It was just another aspect of that came along with the title. And so after my involvement, I realized that a lot of the work I had done focused on empowering our youth. And our youth that's truly going to be the future. They have the future in their hands, and so we have to make sure that we are teaching them valuable life skills and empowering them with character traits, with respect. And so my involvement actually with the Boys and Girls Club, I've realized that it only takes one person to encourage someone. They really, truly don't have parents at home and families that are empowering them and instilling them with these valuable character traits. And so going in on a daily basis and just getting down and sitting with them and working on basic homework, math problems is so key into their daily life.
And so this is something you're practically doing now?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, on a weekly basis. I go into Boys and Girls Club and sit with them and help them with their homework. And we try to teach them, how to respect each other, because that is so valuable. And also just they don't truly know really how to keep going with their life. They need focus, and they need someone to guide them and empower them and encourage them for the rest of their lives. And this is such a valuable stage in their life where they need that. They need that person around them to help them and encourage them, because without that, they're not going to get to the point where they want to be.
I was just recently, matter of fact, Tuesday this week, we did a live show at the Double B Boys Ranch out in Millington. And it's a ranch run by the Tennessee Baptist Children's Home for teenage boys. And, there's cows and chickens and everything. They have to work on, this land. And one of the young men I talked to, he said one of the things that he's learned since he's been there is how to respect and treat women. And so, oftentimes when children are raised in a chaotic or unbalanced home life, they pick up bad habits. I mean, it's just part of it. It's part of it, So what has to take place is replacing bad habits with good habits. And you've got to have the positive people like yourself there to help teach,
Exactly.
So that these kids can, so many adults, it's easy to kind of point the finger. Why are kids running crazy in these gangs? Why are they doing these activities? Well, maybe somebody listening today could be a mentor to a youth in a Boys or Girls Club.
Exactly. Yeah. It just takes one person, and finding something that you're passionate about. I realize that I'm passionate about helping our youth and making sure that they are empowered and encouraged for the future. And so it just find something that you want to become involved with, and maybe it's Boys and Girls Club of America. And so that's what my encouragement is, to serve your community and find something, because our next generation needs us.
Okay, so when were you crowned Miss Collierville? How recent was the competition?
I was crowned in November.
Okay. Now, did your sister give you any pointers, or how do you prepare for a competition like that?
Yes, so for Miss Collierville, it was every day I was preparing. I was getting up at 6 a.m. and going to the gym and calling my dad every day to work on political questions, because we have an interview with the judges where they get to ask us anything from our paperwork, personally, and things about this nation that are cultural issues that are going on. And so we have to be able to think on our feet very quickly and speak eloquently to the judges. And so I was working on interview every day, working out, volunteering every day. You spend your year promoting your personal platform, and also talent. We have a talent portion in the Miss America organization. And so I sing, and I sang How Am I Supposed to Live Without You by Michael Bolton. And that is also what I will be singing at Miss Tennessee.
Nice. Okay, so what was the political question that you were asked? What was your response?
Let me think. One of the political questions was, is the media biased towards the two political candidates? Because the next week, the election took place. And so it was on their minds, everything. And so I was getting flooded with those questions. Do you want me to give you my...
I'd love to hear yeah.
So I just said, it's hard as the media to not be biased. Everyone has their own perceptions and views, but I would hope that they could shed some light on both candidates in a proper manner so we can truly see what their views, the candidates' views and opinions are, and so we can make a decision for ourselves.
Yeah, good answer. Really good answer.
Thank you.
I like that. Yeah, we need that's the kind of media we need reporting the news.
We do.
Okay, now, has there been anything unexpected that you've had to encounter, or something that, as it relates to being Miss Collierville, something that you didn't know you were going to have to do, or was everything pretty much on the front end? You realized what was going to happen? Pretty
much on the front end. I know what I'm getting myself into. To prepare for Miss Tennessee, you up your game a bit. You're competing instead of on a local level, you're competing on a state level. And so there are 36 contestants. And so I will be competing with 35 amazing young women this summer in June. And so I have to make sure that I'm going into the competition ready. I have to make sure every aspect of the competition is on point, and make sure that I am secure in everything. And I am so excited to be going and competing this summer.
Well, we've been talking a lot so far about the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, but there's another organization that you're quite passionate about too. And I believe that's the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals.
Yes.
And they are having this big golf tournament for the kids tomorrow at Stonebridge. Talk about that.
Yes, so Miss America actually has a standing relationship with Children's Miracle Network, and Miss America serves as the Goodwill Ambassador for Children's Miracle Network throughout her reign. And we are lucky enough to have 5 out of the 170 member hospitals in Tennessee. And so I am so excited to be able to host a golf tournament tomorrow. It's called For the Kids Golf Tournament, and raise some money for this incredible organization. They actually raise $250 million per year.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And so this event tomorrow will only raise a small portion of that, but every dollar counts. And so registration is still open. And so if you want to come out tomorrow, registration begins at 12 p.m. at Stonebridge.
And so you just come out and register, play some golf. You're helping to support a great organization.
Yes.
Because you said the hospitals in Tennessee. So when you talk about the Children's Miracle Network, that would include hospitals like Bonheur, wouldn't it?
Correct. Yes. Bonheur is actually very special to me. When I was about in second grade, I had to have surgery at Bonheur. And I remember one experience I had is before you go into surgery, you go through a bunny lane and you get to pick out a toy. And it is just kind of therapeutic for the children because surgeries can be nerve-wracking, all of the tools and the lights and everything. And so that really helped me. But then later on, when I won Miss Shelby County Outstanding Teen, I had the opportunity to go to the ribbon cutting for the new facility at Bonheur. And I went in and I noticed that they did not have any toys in the bunny lane. And that really made me upset. And so I went back to my high school and I did a bunny toy lane drive and raised enough toys to fill up the place. And that has continued over the years. And so now, as Miss Collierville, I've been fortunate enough to go and promote STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, and do science experiments with the children. And so I've had a very special relationship with them, and they've been very welcoming to me to come in and spend time with the children there. And so I'm very blessed and excited to be able to host this golf tournament tomorrow just to give back to them.
And what's amazing, Amber, you don't even play golf.
I don't. I wish I did.
You believe in the nonprofit so greatly.
I do. I will put on a golf tournament.
So you're going to put this golf tournament on, and part of that, too, you'll be kind of hosting the putting, what is that, competition?
I will be hosting and judging the putting contest, yes. And so they will be doing the whole contest during the day, and afterwards we will have Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings is sponsoring our dinner, so very thankful for them. And we will have an awards ceremony after and raffles, and so there will be door prizes, and it's going to be a fun day.
Well, when you talk about Bonheur and the great work, of course, you personally have benefited. Your family has personally benefited from the expertise and just the love and care on kids that Bonheur provides here in our community. I've got some dear friends, Jonathan and Bethany Chu. I don't know if you know the Chus or not.
Wow.
They're actually featured on a Bonheur TV commercial that's been airing lately.
Oh, wow.
They have twin daughters that have had some, over the years, extensive needs for medical care. And the girls are doing great now, but if it wasn't for Bonheur being there, Jonathan, by the way, is a professional violinist. He plays for Carrie Job, travels with her.
Oh, my gosh, that's amazing.
And for many years traveled with the Christian band Skillet. And
okay.
so, but put it in perspective, I know the Chews, like yourself, have also greatly benefited, from the help and the support of hospitals like Le Bonheur and the children, like you said, the Children's Hospital giving Bunny Lane. I want a Bunny Lane, we need a Bunny Lane.
Everybody does.
Yeah. So you said the toy level right now there is okay. Is it good?
It is, but they could always use more.
Yeah, always use more. Okay, now specifically, if folks don't golf,
yes.
and I'm not the best. I'll tear up the ground, but anyway, if you don't golf, but you still want to help support this, can you do that?
You can. You can donate to my CMN page, www.missamerica4kids.org/donate/Amber Reed. Okay. And you can donate there, but you don't have to play golf to come to this golf tournament. I know a few of my friends have signed up, and so you can come and play golf, and you don't have to be a golfer. So you can still come out to the event, but if you aren't able to, then you can donate specifically to that page.
Now, tell me again that address you just gave so our friends can go to that to donate.
Okay. It's www.missamerica4kids.org/donate/Amber Reed.
I'll tell you what, this has been really great for you to share, really so wonderfully about this golf tournament and about your journey with the Miss America pad, because really this goes higher. When you say Miss Collierville,
it does.
This is part of the Miss America family, right?
It is. It's just the beginning of the stages to get to Miss America.
Now, have you actually had a chance to meet an actual Miss America?
I have not. I have not been able to meet a Miss America. I have met several Miss Tennessees, though.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just trying to think. We've got a friend from past, Jordan, and I know she's married now, and she's a former Miss Tennessee.
Okay.
You probably know her. Possibly, I don't know. There's been several, and maybe in the last 5 or 6 years or so. But there's been quite a few, and doing some great work. And again, the Reed family. I really appreciate your family. Your mom. I think I met your dad once.
Okay.
I think I met him once, but your mom actually is a nurse, I believe.
She is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And where does she practice, or what does she do?
She works at the Shot Nurse currently.
That's exactly right. You know what? Shot Nurse is a former client of ours, and sometimes they advertise. And when I had to take my trip overseas, I stopped by the Shot Nurse. Matter of fact, your mom gave me my shots.
Well, small world.
Small
there
world.
You go.
I just realized that. Well, I didn't. You know what's so funny? Because the last time I had seen your mom was here at the station. And that was during the interview when Ashley came in after Miss Memphis. But how many years ago has that been? Because it's been several.
7.
So has it been 7 years? It probably has been 7
at least,
years.
Yeah.
Well, that's why so many people have come through the station since then. And I hope I wasn't rude, but she recognized me and said, so we got to talk. She said, I came to the station, my daughter.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's really a small world. What are some other hobbies or interests? You don't golf, we know that.
I don't golf. Right now, some hobbies and interests. Well, I serve as the president for my sorority, Chi Omega, and then I also work as a professional makeup and hair artist, and so that is something that I love to do. When I can remember when I was 13 in high school, I would stay up all hours of the night watching YouTube tutorials and teaching myself how to, apply lashes, and so that has come in handy now that I'm, Miss Collierville, and so that is something that I would love to do, eventually become a celebrity hair and makeup artist. I've had the opportunity to go to several pageants and do hair and makeup and weddings. And so that's something that I really love to do.
That is an amazing talent, too. And it really takes a skill to be able to do that. I was trying to think of the man's name. There was a TV show that aired many years ago, Saved by the Bell. That's probably way before your time. Maybe reruns.
I have heard of it.
You've heard of that show. Well,
yes.
my kids, used to watch that show. And the guy who was the I can't remember his name. I met him on a movie set that was shot here in town. And that was one of his former jobs. He was the makeup artist for that TV show.
That's awesome.
But anyway, that's just hearsay, conversation. The big thing is tomorrow's tournament here. It's for the kids. The Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals tournament is hosted by, this is your tournament.
Yes, it is hosted by Miss Collierville.
Yeah, Miss Collierville. This is her tournament. And
Yes.
so even if you don't play, you can come out and show your support and enjoy. Now, are there going to be some prizes for those who do enter and maybe win the competition in the golf tournament tomorrow?
Yes, there are some cash prizes. Several companies have been fortunate enough to donate items that we will auction
You've got some
off.
sponsors. We need to mention those.
Yes, we do. We Confluent Strategies, Crosstown Laundry, Evolve Bank, Hospital Wings, Landmark Bank, Preston Carpenter State Farm, Sissy's Log Cabin, Mr. and Mrs. John Simonetti, Chamberlain and McCreary, Dr. James Johnson, Chiropractic Memphis, Reed and Associates, Buffalo Wild Wings, and R.E. Linkus.
Wow, and we appreciate all those folks that making it work and making it happen.
Yes, they are fortunate. They are our sponsors for this event, and so we are very, very thankful to have them.
Well, hey, listen, Amber, thank you so much for your just coming today, sharing about the tournament, about, being Miss Collierville and the next steps ahead. We really appreciate it. And if you get Miss Tennessee, you have to come back.
I will definitely come back.
And if you get, Miss America, we're definitely going to have to do a radio show on Miss America,
yes.
okay? All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Friends, we've had a live show today. We've had a great time with Amber Reed, Miss 2017 Collierville here on today's program. And don't forget about the golf tournament. Go to the website. Give that address one more time real quick.
www.missamerica4kids.org/donate/Amber Reed.
Okay, do that and make a contribution. Come out and support the golf tournament tomorrow at Stonebridge. 12:30 is the shotgun time, I believe.
Registration is at 12. Shotgun is at 1.
Okay, got it backwards, but anyway.
No, you're good.
Just come on out and enjoy. I'm Byron Tyler. We're going to have to say goodbye on this edition of Mid-South Viewpoint. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.